Live in high definition from the CBS 4 studios, this is CBS 4 Daybreak.
Good morning, and thank you for choosing CBS 4 Daybreak. I'm Melissa Meisner.
And I'm Justin Cree. Amanda will explain when the wind advisory goes into effect in less than a minute. But first, we start with breaking news. El Paso police are responding to a serious crash in East El Paso. It happened near I-10 West at Hawkins in front of Cielo Vista Mall. Fire dispatchers tell CBS 4 at least 2 people have serious injuries. We have a crew on the way right now for you. As always, you can find updates on air and on our social media platforms.
All right, Amanda, it's windy here. Unfortunately, Justin did not get the sunny Sun City weather that we always promise people when they come here to the borderland.
It was still warmer than it is up north.
There you go.
And it's cool for us. They know a lot of layers and then also not a lot of rain, but we actually are under a wind advisory happening right now. That's in effect. Let's go ahead and take a look at our graphic right now, just showing you how strong these winds are expected to get. We are expecting these to gust to about 50 miles per hour, the strongest of those winds happening between 2 and 4 o'clock.
All right, Amanda, thank you. Now to this morning's big story. President Trump delivered his second State of the Union address last night.
Yeah, it was delivered a week later because of the partial government shutdown. CBS 4 Daybreak's Natalie Brand is on Capitol Hill with a recap of the president's speech.
The state of our union is strong.
President Trump pushed for unity in his second State of the Union address Tuesday night.
Victory is not winning for our party. Victory is winning for our.
Congresswoman Veronica Escobar spoke with our national correspondent Scott Thielman about President Trump's comments on the border wall. This is what she had to say.
El Paso has been a safe community long before the wall was constructed. What he did instead was not only lie about a border community, a vibrant, thriving, safe border community, but he also really tried to instill fear in Americans about immigrants.
And she also went on Twitter calling the president a liar, saying he was, quote, using the State of the Union address to spread falsehoods about our beloved city of El Paso. El Paso Mayor DeMargo also responded to the president's comments. He tweeted, quote, El Paso was never one of the most dangerous cities in the U.S. We've had a fence for 10 years, and it has impacted illegal immigration and curbed criminal activity. It's not the sole deterrent. Law enforcement in our community continues to keep us safe. The CEO of the Borderplex Alliance, John Barela, also reacted to President Trump's claims about the border wall. He went on Twitter saying, quote, the president's false comments about El Paso and the border are detrimental to business development and job creation. El Paso was safe long before the wall was built. Well, should I stay or should I run?
By God, when are you going to know the answer? Have you given yourself a deadline?
Congressman Beto O'Rourke looked like he may be close to deciding on a 2020 presidential run. What he told Oprah Winfrey in an interview about a self-imposed deadline. That's next on CBS 4 Daybreak, on your side.
Well, former El Paso Congressman Beto O'Rourke says he will decide soon if he will enter the 2020 presidential election after sitting down for a conversation with Oprah Winfrey. The Texas Democrat revealed that he will decide whether he will run for president before the end of the month. O'Rourke also offering his own take on immigration policy just hours before President Trump's State of the Union address.
Come down to El Paso, to Tornillo, where we are imprisoning these kids, something that is tantamount to torture, what we are doing to them. And bear witness to this. Do not blame this on Donald Trump. Do not blame this on a political party. Do not blame this on someone else. If we are a democracy, then the people are the government. The government is the people. It's on every single one of us to make it right.
And O'Rourke talking about the possibility of a 2020 presidential run.
By God, when are you going to know the answer? Can we get Amy and Ulysses and the whole family together? Have you given yourself a deadline?
And the serious answer is really soon. It is really soon, before the end of this month. Someone's asking for right now, but this is before the end of the month, but there are many other days after this.
And you can count on CBS 4 on your side to keep you up to date on O'Rourke's plans. Well, shortly before the president's State of the Union address, New Mexico Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham ordered the withdrawal of the National Guard troops deployed to the state's southern border. However, troops will remain in Hidalgo County, that is at the boot heel of New Mexico, which has been the site of multiple large group crossings in recent months. Governor Lujan Grisham told the military at times that having troops at the border is a waste of resources. She has ordered state National Guard leadership to immediately assess how many troops are needed in that area.
Well, parents from a local elementary school are upset with how the district is handling a teacher who was fired for mistreating students in the classroom. We first told you about a teacher at Tierra del Sol Elementary School who was fired after a classroom incident. One parent says the teacher made her 3-year-old son wear a pull-up diaper and stand in front of classmates as the teacher told them to call the student a little girl. Well, yesterday, YISD finally sent home a letter to parents informing them why the teacher, L'Oreal Wood, was fired. But some parents say the explanation should have come much sooner.
I needed answers. This is my 4-year-old son that I had just found out that there were kids that were being abused in that class and not knowing if mine was one of them. Principal mentioned to me that the parents that were informed were the parents of the children involved. I have a problem with that.
Parents plan on meeting this weekend to come up with a plan to present to the school for future incidents. Alrighty, Amanda, really tracking that wind advisory. The dust is going to kick up here, and it's going to be, you got to hold on to your hats.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got to hold on to those caps today.
You really do, especially with the dust that could possibly make its way on into Hatch, Lordsburg. That's the area that we oftentimes see a lot of that dust pickup, especially with gusts upwards of about 50 miles per hour today. Keep in mind, high wind warning for Culberson and also Otero counties. For us here in El Paso and Doña Ana, a high wind warning. Current winds right now staying breezy.
All right, thank you. Well, fighting for your life.
Fight or flight kicked in, and he did everything he needed to do to get himself out of that situation alive.
A Colorado man lucky to be alive this morning after fighting a mountain lion to death. We'll show you how he managed to get away.
Plus, massive recall, 600,000 heavy-duty pickup trucks now being recalled after potential power steering problems. The models most affected, that's coming up on CBS 4 Daybreak, on your side. Well, listen to this. He was literally running for his life. A jogger in Colorado who's lucky to be alive this morning. This after he was attacked by a mountain lion and ended up choking the predator to death.
Well, wildlife officials say the young mountain lion attacked the runner from behind. The 80-pound cat bit the man's face and wrist, the runner using sticks and rocks to fight the animal off. Now, he hasn't been identified, but officials say that man did everything he could to save his life.
He was able to utilize some rocks that he found trailside to try and, beat the animal down a little bit. His fight or flight kicked in, and he did everything he needed to do to get himself out of that situation alive.
Well, no word on how the runner is recovering this morning, but he was able to contact an ambulance on his own.
Wow. Well, more than 600,000 heavy-duty trucks are under recall. Fiat Chrysler says some Ram pickups, and from the 2013 to 2017, have a loose nut that can cause loss of steering control. The company says it's aware of the potential related injuries and 8 crashes. Well, 230 new emojis are coming to smartphones later this year. 59 are brand new ones. The rest are variations of existing ones. They will include people with disabilities, more gender-exclusive couples, and many other things like a yawning emoji, garlic, and an otter. All 230 were approved by the Unicode Consortium, the organization that approves and standardizes emojis.
You know, I was saying this morning, so many of my friends that are redheads want their redhead emoji,
Yeah.
so I hope that one is coming out. Are there any you guys are dying to see?
Well, I don't know if mermaids have come out, but mermaids.
Oh, that would be a good one. I saw, I was trying to find one recently, and I can't remember what it was. I'm like, oh, I wish they had it.
Right? You need them. There's just certain expressions or things that you just really need.
Maybe more variety of dogs and cats.
I like that one.
That'd be
yeah.
interesting. Maybe a pom in there. I think Pomeranians.
There you go, or a poodle.
Yeah, poodle. Or labradoodle. All right, 7-day forecast looking something like this. You may want to bring your labradoodles, poms inside. The reason for that, Thursday, freezing overnight temperatures and into your Friday as well.
All right, well, thank you so much for watching CBS 4 Daybreak.
That's right. Is this me?
Oh, I was just saying if you wanted to just say goodbye.
Okay.
I was going to say we didn't really have scripts in there.
Well, we have breaking news this midday. President Donald Trump has just declared a state of emergency for border security along the U.S.-Mexico border. Again, the president has just declared a state of emergency. This is something that he's been talking about, and it's a campaign promise that he's hoping to fill since he ran for the office years ago. If you look behind me, this is the new section of the border wall that is going up. Now, the president is expected to be down here on Monday. This was a planned trip before the state of emergency. He'll be down here touring the El Paso area. He'll be looking at the border wall, the parts that they're currently building, the parts that still need to be built. And he'll talk about how that border wall now, it looks like it's going to go all the way from the U.S.-Mexico border. Again, it's a campaign promise that he's been talking about, and he has said that he will declare a state of emergency. Just moments ago, the president did just that. For right now, I'm Justin Cree, CBS 4 Noon.